was a pizza place that had earned a reputation for being something truly special, Ouija's Pizza Palace. Known for its mouth-watering pies and a variety of other delicious foods, the place was beloved by locals. The crust was crispy, the toppings were fresh, and the cheese, perfectly melted. But it wasn't just the food that made it unique. It had an atmosphere, a vibe, something you couldn't quite explain. That is, until things started to go terribly wrong. One quiet evening, one of the workers at Ouija's, a young man named Tommy, went missing. No one knew where he'd gone, and his absence was quickly noticed. A few days passed, and his disappearance was left unspoken till it became clear something else was wrong. One of the other workers, Steve, had just placed a pizza into the massive brick furnace at the back of the restaurant. But when he shut the oven door, something felt off. The furnace began to shake violently, and black gunk started spilling out from the seams, oozing like a thick liquid, almost as if the furnace had a mind of its own. It was as if the oven was alive, its gaping firebox forming a mouth. The heat intensified, and Steve's heart raced with a deep, unsettling fear. Suddenly, the furnace grew even more grotesque. The bricks twisted and contorted, forming what appeared to be a unibrow above the firebox, and two white, soulless holes for eyes appeared on either side of it. Blue legs sprouted from the base of the furnace, and to Steve's utter horror, the thing began to stand up. With a screeching howl, it released a cloud of steam, hot and thick, filling the room with an almost suffocating intensity. The furnace, now fully animated, roared and stomped its new legs, shaking the entire restaurant. Steve could only watch in stunned disbelief as the pizza place around him crumbled to the ground, the walls caving in under the strain of whatever the furnace had become. In a final burst of chaos, the building collapsed completely, leaving nothing but rubble behind. The monstrous furnace, now a towering, nightmarish creature, merged from the wreckage, its gaping, flaming mouth glowing brighter with each step it took. The creature's body was made of crumbling bricks, its form now far too large to be contained by the furnace it had once been. The townspeople were terrified. Word spread quickly, and people began to whisper about what had happened. They called it Brickerag, the furnace that became something more, something far darker. It was said that the creature now roamed the town at night, its mouth still spewing flames, its glowing eyes piercing the darkness as it searched for something or, perhaps, someone. No one knew what had happened to Tommy. Some believed he had somehow been consumed by the furnace, others that he had become part of the creature in some horrifying way. But one thing was certain, Brickerag was a thing to be feared. Now, locals were warned, stay inside after dark, lock your doors and close your windows, or be terminated. Brickerag had no mercy, no reason, just an endless, glowing hunger, and anyone unlucky enough to encounter it would vanish without a trace.